Okay, we're back. Why don't we just go ahead and head into Elf. Shouldn't be too hard in here. Oh, I don't have my shield on. I'll put it on in front of these guys, no big deal. We immediately get an Orc Warrior. Okay, I don't like that I can be double zapped in this position. But it's okay. Deep Elf Mages can actually do a decent amount of damage. Probably shouldn't have put my shield on with one near me. Okay, let's fight this stuff. Nothing too tough yet. Nice. Already an Orc Knight. Now, as far as these weapons go, they're weak for us. We can just, the thing is, we can just smite them if we need to kill them. I was kind of hoping he would. I'm trying to make this orc take a little bit of damage. Since if he's hurt, Biog is more likely to give him a name. But they don't seem to want to fight him. Got some elves here. But yeah, we can duke it out with these guys. Hey, he's got a name. He's got the same name as one of my other orcs, which, yes, that can happen. Alright, these... Well, there's an Executioner's Axe, I suppose there's that. Why don't we just put that on the list? It's generic, but what we'll do is we'll use brand weapon on them once we find... Oh, hey! No. Let's get the Quick Blade. Oh, that's awesome. It's +6. I'd like it to be branded. Quick Blades are cool on orcs because they get their damage faster. I want to say that it attacks way faster. I'm not... Actually, you know, I'm not sure about that. If the speed of the attack increases based on the item they're wearing. Or if it's just based on the monster itself. So I probably shouldn't say that since I'm not sure. You know what? I'm gonna give it to him. Whatever. He seems to be attacking every time I attack. But he would be doing that anyway. He attacks. He attacks. Oh well. I would have liked to have branded that Quick Blade, but... I mean, it's +6. It's pretty good. Also, we are going to do Hall of Blades on this character because, well, there could be plenty of cool stuff in there to give my orcs. More stuff than we'd ever really need. If you recall, we still have some items lying around near depths. Oh, hey! 27 skill invocations. Alright. So let's just put on fighting, axes, and armor. And we'll just become really, really good at doing melee. Uh-oh. Bogbarth, are you gonna die? From a single sticky flame. Oh, he dies. And he's dead permanently. No corpse. What a shame. They really, you know, you would think that they would always leave a corpse. I mean, if you're gonna have resurrection in the game. No, I'll tell you something. want to get rid of these guys. Okay, this will work. I just wanted to have I wanted to have Ogric here with me so he can level up. And the other two are icing on the cake. Oops. Ogric looks more experienced. He's on his way to becoming a warlord. Wave of Pain, we can kill this pretty easily. Now, that is an interesting weapon. It's actually pretty strongly enchanted, so I do want to give it as a gift, so maybe I'll pick it up. But the thing about Pain is it's actually not a very good brand. It's not a very good brand for the purposes of giving to your orcs, because Pain brand works differently based on what type of monster is using it. And orcs are just regular humanoids. If they were demons or undead, it would work way better, but they're not. Oh boy. We'll just fight this thing. If we can get into melee with him, he'll die. Wow, we could actually take 120 damage from these guys. Why don't we just smite this thing to death? There we go. Anyway, with that said, it's not terrible. I mean, they still do get pain off of it. I am smiting the mage because I don't want to deal with getting malmutated. Hey, there's an orc on my side. And another orc. Whoa, a lot of guys. A lot of orcs. I get shunted backwards by Lance of Force. We'll just go forward. Could get smited by this orc a bit. I don't like that. Why don't we just Lamp of Fire here? Cool. That's really handy. Okay, we got a demonologist back here. And a priest here who can smite me. I think I called him an orc a second ago. That's definitely a priest, not a deep elf priest, not an orc priest. Man, what am I doing? Okay, let's lightning bolt. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite reach, but I'm gonna use it anyway. And if we start seeing, ooh, hellfire. If we start seeing like greater demons, we'll just smite the deep elf priest to death. Or we'll smite the demonologist to death, I mean. This is unfortunately a lot of hellfire that's possible here. Well, just from the priest, but also from the demonologist if he summons dudes. Oh my god. It's just not. We gotta leave. We lost harm. We might be able to revive him. I'm gonna rest up partially. That lightning bolt just didn't want to kill this it's honestly not surprising. I mean, they have really good, well, decent evasion. I should have been using the lightning rod. As you can see, it works way better. Let's see if we can revive our friend. No corpses. The game does not want to give me any corpses. What a shame. He was with me for a while too, like he had a lot of bonuses. well, we'll train up this Orc Warrior. Maybe he'll get a name before too long. We'll give him the Glaive of Pain. I don't feel too bad. I mean, Harm had a, what do you call it? He had a, great sword rather than a reach weapon, so. Oh, these are stone. These are not, oddly enough, this is stone, not rock, so I cannot dig through. I've always been confused about this vault. Why have dragons that most characters will never be able to get to? I guess it's just decoration. Okay. Onward to E2. Hey, some gloves. Could be something a little better than what we've got. And it is. I'll take a few points of strength. Not bad at all. Not amazing, but can't complain about a strict improvement. Nice, he's a knight now. He has a vampiric trident already, that's interesting, but it almost makes me want to give him armor instead of a weapon, but I'll probably give him the glaive, honestly. Helmet of Freezing. Let's get a double zap on one of these guys. He gets the double zap on me, I think. Okay. Whoops. What's going on here? Oh, there's another one here. Distillery. Well, we'll certainly buy haste, curing, ambrosia, cancellation for an identify. We'll leave the rest. Alright, pack is full. I'll drop one of these protection from fires. Okay. I was just looking at some of these items I left behind. Yeah, we don't need to worry about these just yet. Maybe the demon tried no distortion. Anyway, we can't give any gifts, so let's just open this up. Okay, that's really bad. Jorgren can clear out my orcs really quickly. And me, for that matter. Well, I'm gonna drink Flight, and I'm gonna smite him to death. And hopefully he doesn't shatter. Flight protects us from... Flight protects us from shatter. We don't take as much damage. If he were to petrify me, that would be fine. I have cancellation. Okay, we got him. Cool. Okay, Glaive of Chopping. +0. So I'm going to drop the Glaive of Pain for now. It may seem odd to go in here just for follower weapons when we don't really have any followers with that need names yet, but it's not really risky to go in here on this character, so I get experience for it. And, you know, I may, for all I know, I may find like a hugely strong broadaxe of, well, I don't know what would make me. Maybe it'll be like a broadaxe of vampirism, you know? There's a broadaxe of flaming. Or I would take a straight up broadaxe of anti-magic. That's like +9 over this +4. A lot of weapons here. To the point where I think I'm gonna summon some more friends. And we're gonna smite out the draining so that I don't get drained. One more turn of orcs, please. And then we'll turn them off. Orcs do a really good job of clearing these guys out, honestly. Man, double Sword of Draining, that's good. Okay, how good is the Broadaxe of Flaming? Not very. Nothing else particularly interesting. Broadaxe of Flaming might make a good gift, actually. I would really like to have some more resistance. Let's see invisible. Okay, cool. I see a quick blade of distortion. Why don't we smite that real quick? No identify, so I don't know how strong it is, and I'm not about to put it on to find out. We'll just rest up. Okay, cool. So we didn't find anything too terribly exciting, but it doesn't hurt to have done it. +6 quick blade of distortion. Wow, that's good. Not that we're gonna use it, but hey, it's Roxanne. You know, I'm not afraid of Roxanne because I have silence and her abilities are subject to silence. So and we reflect. Yeah, I can just silence immediately if she does enough damage to me to make me afraid. Potion of Mutation. And she, of course, has a book with statue form in it. We won't be using that today. I see a Demonologist here. I'm going to throw some Penetration. I really should have trained some... you know what? Let's use Lamp of Fire on this. We seem to be coming up on the... Oh, hey, it's Saint Rocha. You're not the Messiah, I'm the Messiah. Whoa. Oh, man. This is interesting. This is definitely the entrance. I would really like to immolate, but I can't because that'll make Beog mad when I blow up this Orc Warrior. Looks like Saint Rocha's probably gonna die. Come with me. Nope. Didn't mean to walk forward that many times. He has Call Down Damnation, so I could get double damned. Let's go up. Jeez. It's kind of annoying to rest with all these orcs. Up. You know what? I'm actually gonna tell them to follow me. Rest up, come down with all my army, and let them just completely murder all these dudes. And it's fine if I get banished. I can survive at XL 22. Almost 23, in fact. Alright, Saint Rocha. If he dies, I'm going to revive him. Oh, he's on my side now. Nice. So we have Saint Rocha. We can gift Saint Rocha with something. How cool is that? I don't know what I'm going to give him. It looks like he has just a regular arbalest, a longsword, and plate armor, so he's going to get a weapon. We'll decide which one. Probably that really cool greatsword with the RF+++. That'll make him insanely powerful. For the purposes of... Zot. Just finishing off Rocha's pack here. Now let's go up. Pull up all my orcs. You know, I should be inscribing these with something like gift. That's odd. You can't inscribe something unless you are holding it. That seems silly. Okay, let's, I want to either give him Vampiric or that artifact. I'm going to give him the artifact. So let's do artifact and weapon. And we'll give him this great sword. He'll get RF+++ and Aralek out of it. That's awesome. So he'll be very defensive compared to the way he is now. St. Roka, he also doesn't have a shield, so this is fine to give him a two-handed weapon. That's cool. Okay, let's pull a few more orcs. I think I may have gotten another orc with a name. Apparently not. Okay, so I have two warlords, the sorcerer, and St. Roka. I'm not sure if I can level St. Roka up, any hit dice or whatever, but I'm certainly willing to find out. Those are the days when you could like fully equip your orcs. I guess they thought that was too much micromanagement. Jeez, I could really use Aralek. How much can Bolt of Lightning actually do to me from these dudes? Yeah, it's almost 20 damage, right? Be lightning, 3d60, so it's more like 45, but still, I don't want to get double zapped again. We're going to move. Really got to be careful about double zaps in here. Oh, and we're going to exclude this off just for now. Or we can auto-explore right next to it, and there's a dude waiting for us. That's fine. Thankfully, we have enough hit points that even if we lack the resistances we'd like to have, such as Aralek, none of this stuff is going to kill us outright. I'm going to have to make some pretty big mistakes in here to die. At least to deep elf mages. We have a freezing. +2. A lot of dudes here. Why don't we go ahead and use Immolation like I've been wanting to. And this Rust Devil's not going to be my friend soon, but that's fine. Why don't we use Lightning? Nice. One more. And they all explode. I have our fire. I'm gonna dig. I mean, Roka is basically immune to fire. Even if it doesn't say so from RF+++. Okay, cool. So we kill that stuff, we don't make Biog mad at us, everything works out. I do like that Roka can smite from behind me. It's one of my favorite things about him. He's like got the benefit of being a priest. Okay, let's turn off this exclusion. Let's think about how, in general, we would like to fight this. I want to say that the kill hole is the way to do it, but on the other hand, we could get trapped in there and we could just miss a bunch of times and have a very unfun time. We do not have our core. And I'm not willing to swap on Acid Dragon Scales just for that. That's meaningful because Bolt of Acid is very punishing. Oh, man. Well, why don't we just make a kill hole? Okay. Oh no. Ah, they got me. Well, they didn't get me, they got my friend. Oh man, there's just too much. I mean, I can immolate again. Chances are good I'm gonna have to run from all this. Yeah, we don't want to fight all this crap. And no corpse again on Cyrus. Oh, we're so gonna piss off. We're gonna make Biog mad. Oh man. Because this guy is gonna enter flame. He's gonna explode and damage this guy, and all my orcs are gonna be hostile. This is why you don't use Immolate on Biog. How can I fix this? I don't think there's anything I can do to fix this. No, I really can't. I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Okay. We don't want to deal with Wrath, but we do have a blinking scroll, so we could technically deal with it. How is my sorcerer still alive? I didn't hear an explosion, so he didn't die. Oh, there's the explosion. Alright, but because it didn't damage any other orcs, we didn't get the Wrath. Well, Orgrim's sacrifice will not go unremembered. We'll build a statue to him or something once we leave the dungeon. Okay, we'll go back up, we'll rest. Oh, I don't want any orcs with me. Orcs are kind of a liability down here unless I'm willing to lose them. And I am, but they're a liability nonetheless. They kind of stop me from doing some things I'd like to do. Okay, let's go up. I'm gonna pull him up. He's just gonna get swarmed immediately. That's one way to kill a deep elf sorcerer. Imagine walking up the stairs and being surrounded by these dudes. It's a pretty bad day. Again, I'm not too worried about getting hit with Banish. I'm just trying to feed my orcs here some experience and kill these things in one of the safest ways possible. I mean, yeah, I can eat some drain, unfortunately, but I like that there are so many of them doing so much damage that that I essentially they die instantly. Usually. Or 2 turns. Anti-magic. We'll bring both of these up. Okay, more experience for everybody. You know, I'm a little surprised, pleasantly so, that so many of these things are leaving the vault. In my experience, it's actually hard to get so many of these things to leave the vault. Okay, we're gonna walk out of here. If we start taking damage, I'm just gonna go up. Okay, cool. Didn't take much damage, so... I suppose we are using up a bit of our experience doing this. I don't think it's a huge deal on a hill orc. Oh man, what do I want to enchant? I'm tempted to enchant the Shield of Reflection, honestly. But we're eventually going to want a large shield. We're doing so well, I think I'm going to hoard. I'm going to hoard my enchant armor, even if that does mess up my inventory management a little more. Let's go up. Well, we lost a warrior. That's not a problem. Let this guy come to us. Bring him up. I'll let my orcs finish him. And I'll identify this Great Mace, which is +3, Star Drain, nothing terribly interesting. You know, I really shouldn't be putting so much effort into cataloging all these weapons, because the truth is, I'm going to swap to Zen eventually anyway. Oh, wow. The Great Sword of Power. But it's not really the Great Sword of Power. That's kind of funny. Isn't there another one called, like, the Sword of Power or something? Yeah, it depends on your current hit points. Or is that it? That's not, no, I had to identify it, so that's not it. So it's just, it randomly got named the Great Sword of Power, not the Sword of Power. Okay. Okay, wand of acid. I definitely want to keep that on hand. Really good item to have. I'm gonna pull this guy back here. So I think this is the first time I've done this on video without Yaras, but it's entirely worth it. On a Biog character, it's whatever. Okay, let's just send all of our dudes in here. We've got quite a few Deep Elf Sorcerers here. That's a lot of potential damnation. But with all these guys next to me, it's unlikely that I'm gonna get owned. But what I will do is I will acid to get 2 of them at once. Oh. He killed one of my Orc warriors. Okay, let's lightning rod. You know what, I'm just gonna let my orcs, I think I'm gonna let my orcs handle most of this. And I'm gonna smite the demonologist in the back. Seems like an odd choice, but the risk of him pulling out like a, you know, like some kind of greater demon, like a Hell Sentinel, is just not something I wanted to deal with. Okay, Potion of Haste. I'm glad that he didn't use that. Because now it's mine. Maybe we can use this as a kill hole. It's a little far off. Interesting dagger. Too bad I'm not a stabber. I might use it. Might have used it. We're going to use anti-magic against these dudes. Although, you know, it's a decent school of thought that you may want to just kill them as fast as possible with something like freezing. Rather than worry about trying to take their magic away, you'd rather just... Because the thing is, you can one-shot most of this stuff. I could one-shot this guy with something as simple as a feel, probably. They have such little hit points. This is where Orgrim died. He had the longbow. He was like, I think he was like my first orc. Okay, let's roll up in here. I see the executioner, but I'm gonna melee anyway. Not a big deal. Pretty good defenses here, so. Plus with Saint Roka by my side. No fear. Okay, I see enchant weapon. Let's drop enchant weapon. I'm gonna turn these off, but the next time I give a gift, I'm gonna remember, hopefully, to enchant up whatever it is I'm giving as a gift. Alright, okay. Manual of Axes. I can't say no to that. Wow. That puts our effective aptitude at +7, which is, I mean, I shouldn't have to tell you how ludicrous that is. Highest thing in the game, I think, is +5, naturally. What do we want to drop? We're going to drop these Tomahawks of Returning. Pack is full again. What is going on? What am I holding? Book of Callings, don't need that. Really don't need any of these books unless they have passage in them. Oh. We've had passage available this whole time, and I just didn't memorize it. Well, we don't need it yet. Right now we can just walk backwards through our orcs. But I am going to grab it and memorize it. Especially if I do 15 runes on this character. Just trying to think on what else I can drop here. I had to pick up this Phantom Mirrors, which are really, really good. We're holding like too many item swaps for rings, but we need them all. I'm gonna drop this Wand of Acid. It's probably mostly drained out anyway. And if I really need to hit something, I can like hit something that's behind some other things. Just on a smite for now, no problem. Okay, so not a super interesting loot pile. I'm a little surprised at how mundane some of the loot has been this game. I mean, we finished Slime and Elf, and not Vaults, but most of Vaults 1 through 4 at least. But we finished 2 of the major treasure piles, Elf and Slime. And actually 3, maybe 2.5. It depends if you want to count Crypt or not as one of the big treasures. I would, because there's usually a decent sized pile of things in the back. Not as much as Tomb, but it's, you know, it's present. So yeah, for this character we've cleared out 2.5 or maybe 3 treasure piles from major branch ends with lots of treasure. And we're wearing 1 artifact. Well, 1 artifact. 2 if you want to count my Broadaxe of Anti-Magic that I swap on sometimes. I just find that to be a little surprising. But again, not to complain. We didn't have to find this plate mail of RF+. Didn't have to find these +3 strength gloves. And most importantly, didn't have to find these 2 pro magics. This game right now would be so much more obnoxious if we didn't have these. So I'm happy with this. This is fine. It's not ideal. But you can't expect the game to be ideal every single time, you know, or even most of the time. That's the challenge. That's the challenge in the game, is to win even when the game doesn't give you what you want. Plus, you know, it's given us other things we really want. Like this Manual of Axes is amazing. We're going to have 27 axes soon. I mean, look how low that cost is, 9.8, come on. Okay, and of course it gave us Roka, who we won't have forever, but he's a nice find. And not to forget, we still have a trove that we should go into at some point. Oh man, that Sphinx can still have a 1% chance of paralyzing me. If you've been watching these videos, then you'll know that there's a Sphinx waiting for me at the edge of Vaults 5, and that's why I left and won't come back. I'm not going to risk getting paralyzed by him. In fact, I probably shouldn't have gone at all with the chance of being paralyzed. But with that said, I have so many orcs, I'm tempted to just bring them all down and crash the place, and if I lose all my buddies, then so be it. It's definitely possible to conserve your orcs, and I think we've done an okay job of it, barring a few unfortunate banishes and a couple deaths that were probably avoidable. We've still got, I mean, we're firmly in the late game at this point. Not extended, but late game. I kind of make a distinction between those two things. And we still got this many orcs. I mean, a lot of them are just the crappy generic orcs, but we've got 3, 4, 5 warlords, Roka, and, you know, like 5 more knights, which could be turned into warlords pretty quickly. I mean, it's not half bad. Alright, well, we're gonna end the video. I'm just trying to decide where I want to go next. Our choices are Tomb. It's not going to happen. This character is not going to be good at doing Tomb yet. So we could do Tomb. We could do Vaults 5. Or we could go into Depths. It's going to be Depths or Vaults 5. And I think my greed is getting the best of me. I am going to go into Vaults 5. But I'm going to take my orcs with me, so that I won't get paralyzed. I'll be surrounded by all these guys. And so they'll eat the paralysis if anybody does. And I could just duke it out and let the chips fall where they may. And if I lose my orcs, it's not a huge deal if I lose my orcs in Vaults 5. I have a feeling Saint Roke is going to survive with the help of that sword, but maybe not. Okay, so let's this is where I was doing it. This is where the magic happens. Alright, so let's, yeah, nice and filled up. Alright, so I'll end it here, and next time we'll do Vaults 5. If it doesn't take very long, we'll do Depths as well. Until then, I'm signing out.